Welcome back to the final segment of the show, part two of the wrestle segment. Because holy crap, we went like nearly an hour with that last one.
Yeah.
And we were not about to subject you to another like 2 hours of a topic.
Look, man, we had to go big, man, like SummerSlam, WrestleMania. You know, you guys don't want to sit for 5 hours. You get an extra hour on this special. It's the big time.
One of my favorite pay-per-view themes, by the way.
That was good. I like the SummerSlam thing too. Sweet
Yeah.
Sensation. It fit the thing. I'm not tired of Flo Rida.
Flo Rida is good for that one summer song where he like samples an old song from like rigging Right Round or what was that one song he made where it was Lord have mercy. But he always does it.
I also love 32's My House. That was good too. 33 with, Green Light, Pitbull, and my man Lunch Money Lewis and Flo Rida. That was good too.
That you want to kill yourself after because Jamar kept singing it.
Yeah. I'm ready to go. Jamar, shut up. Steve, what Jamar? Red light, green light, shut up. Maintenance been over for like 3 months now. The ultimate thrill ride is over.
So, getting into Takeover. Opening match was the tag title match. Undisputed Era versus
Mustache Mountain.
God. 7 and Tyler Bate. So, I have two friends. Shout out to Mr. Mafia and the boy, the Scottish Nightmare. See, they're both big fans of Progress, and they watch a lot of British wrestling. Now Mr. Scottish Nightmare, Mr. 5 Foot of Fury himself, he calls them his big strong boys. Well, big strong boys specifically for Trent 7.
That's a big boy.
That's a strong man. That match made me a fan of Trent 7.
I was already a fan of Tyler Bate because he's only 21.
Oh yeah.
To me, he has enormous potential.
Yeah.
He already has like the look. This guy. God, it was a good match.
It's a really good match.
I was at the Nationals game watching this on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
When Trent 7 went to grab that towel and he acted like he was gonna throw it, board it back, and had me, man. I was like, oh my goodness, no, don't throw the towel, no. Gosh, I would love to see them on the main roster.
They would work well.
Especially imagine them clashing with the Usos.
Because also, it was like Pete Dunne's in a stable with them. I'm just saying. I wouldn't. I can't remember. I forget what their stable's name is called.
Yeah, I forgot too.
But I know it's Pete Dunne, Trent 7, and Tyler Bate. Them versus like New Day, or hey, even the Shield would be pretty fun.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of trios matches I would love to see in WWE. But that was a great match. I didn't think Mustache Mountain would win because that was like their rematch clause.
Yeah.
But it was still a really good match.
Yeah, really good. If I, was like Meltzer with all these star rated matches, to me, out of 5 stars, I would give it 4.
It's a good match. There's a lot of drama to it. And it was, I know I miss Bobby Fish, but Roderick Strong is working pretty good in that role.
Yeah, he really is.
And Kyle O'Reilly, I love Kyle O'Reilly. He just the way he's good at like expressing himself in the ring.
Yeah.
He's a great submission man as well. And I just love the way in the match, every time Roderick or like O'Reilly would run at Tyler Bate or Trent 7, it was like they would always like freaking like throw them away after a certain point. Like when they were going for I think it was Tyler Bate or Trent 7 or Trent going for the hot tag. And every time, like, they kept going for the person going for the tag, they kept getting, like, thrown over the ropes, or they kept getting, like, Olayed through the ropes. And I'm like, dang, this is like some, like, Tom and Jerry type stuff right here, y'all.
I love when O'Reilly's coming out in the entrance, takes a belt off, playing a guitar. I love that. I just love those videos.
Good for them that they retained.
Yeah.
Who takes the? Oh yeah, because after the match, the War Raiders came.
Which about that. I did not like it when you could tell that the War Raiders were going to come out because the commentators kept basically emphasizing, yeah, whoever wins this match has to be on the War Raiders' radar, and they kind of kept hinting at it the whole entire match.
Right.
It was kind of like, okay, you know they were coming, so it wasn't a surprise to me when they came at the end.
Now, for me, I had commentary off, or I had my volume low, so I didn't really know. So when I saw them come out, I was like, whoa.
Yeah, like it was like, okay, you keep hitting at it. What would you give it out of 5 stars, Deontay?
I'm never gonna give it like 3.70. No, 3.75. It's a really good match.
Yeah,
I loved it.
Next was the Velveteen Dream and
For EC3.
EC3.
Once, them tights got that man in trouble, but those were some funny tights.
Yeah, son, I was very I did want EC3 to win because I was like he needs some momentum, and I felt like if Dream could take a loss and still be,
the Dream.
Yeah, Dream. But because like I said, I personally see, like I said, people gonna disagree with me. One guy, was texting during that match was kind of disagree with me on this, but EC3 is a good promo. He has a good character, and his ring work is very solid. I can see him, and he has the body. I can see him being a big player down the line. On the main roster, I mean, if you want to be heel face, I can see him doing it. I see why Vince likes him. Like I said, he's another guy that when he got released, came back, he looks the part now. Just like Drew McIntyre, they look the part.
Patrick, what was his name? Patrick something?
Who?
Patrick Clark, the guy who does Velveteen Dream.
Patrick Clark, yeah.
He's from Maryland, and I'm like, he's basically my age.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
This is my guy.
Yeah.
This is the guy I'm gonna latch on to for a while.
I liked him ever since he was on Tough Enough.
Same.
Yeah. And I mean,
I feel like he had the most passion out of everybody in that group.
Yeah. And to make it like ironic, out of everyone that was in that Tough Enough class, he's the only one that made it, and he didn't even win it.
Well, and to be fair, that's like the Tough Enough thing anyway. Yeah. The people who don't win are the ones who make it.
Yeah.
Because the people who apparently win, I don't know what it is about them. They're just charismaless.
Yeah.
But it's like, look at the people who didn't win and and who made it, like Miz.
Oh, Mandy Rose made it too.
Mandy Rose, Velveteen.
Sonya Deville, she made it because she was on there.
Right. I swear there's another one on there who made it. I forget who. I guess you want to count Ryback. I mean, he at least won an Intercontinental title.
I mean, like I said, the guys like who I thought would make it be big. The guy who won, what's his name? Josh Bretto, the whole Yeti. I didn't like the whole Yeti. That was stupid to begin with.
That was really dumb.
I thought he would get there because of his size, but he didn't pan out for him.
No.
But man, Velveteen, like I said, he puts on good matches. I give that 3.5.
Same.
Like I said, it was really, really a good match. Again, I don't want him called up because I want him to stay down there because he still has more stuff to do. I think he is going to stay down there because he won.
By the way, that spot outside the ring where Velveteen did that little spiral DDT thing.
Yeah, that was good.
I love that. Oof, on that hard floor. Oof.
Yeah, that was good. But next would be
Well, first I actually want to figure out what was Velveteen. So the normal when he comes out, he's like copying someone. He's like mimicking someone's style. Apparently, at first I thought he was doing the Macho King because he had the crown on, the colors, and he was spinning around doing the Macho King spin, or Macho Man spin. But apparently he was doing Biggie.
I gotta go back and look at it.
Apparently he was doing Biggie, his tights even had Biggie phrases on them. So, because I think Notorious Dream was one of his things on there. So he might have been doing both. I don't know.
Apparently his Call Me Up Vince thing wasn't towards Vince. That's what he was saying. Apparently he had a friend who lost his contact. Something about his friend. I don't know. I think it was personally Vince, but anyway, I mean. The next match was
that was the North American title.
Yeah, with Cole and Ricochet. That sequence with a springboard moonsault into the super kick. I mean, I know you're not a big Ricochet fan, but just seeing this man do them dang flips, so that's entertaining, man. That was just.
I mean, he's a good aerialist.
I mean, that man, shoot. Cole. He's going to cry when Cole gets called up. He's going to cry.
That's his male Asuka. He's going to cry.
Yeah, that's a Triple H guy right there, man.
Yeah.
Cole, I mean.
Triple H is going to make sure that man does not get, like, ruined on the main roster. He's going to make sure.
He can. Adam Cole, baby. Him and that Undisputed Era are just going to be major players down the road.
Especially if it's, like, all four of them.
You said what?
Especially if it's like all four of them.
Yeah.
If it's Adam, Fish, Riley, and Roderick.
I can't do it. I can't do the finger thing. They do.
Because, like, that is going to be a hot take. I think they're going to be on par with the Shield's debut. Because I think they're gonna. You can't bring in the Undisputed Era as just like this normal team of like normal folk who just wrestle.
They gotta come in and tear somebody up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I expect if the Shield is going to last till past Mania, I see them fighting the Shield.
Yeah, definitely. Because such a good match. Let's give him sound like Dave Meltzer over here. Such an awesome match. Next was the.
Oh, by the way, I give that match.
Like, oh yeah, what's your rating?
I'll give it like 3.75.
Did I give it a rating? 3.5.
Okay.
Yeah. Next match would be Shayna Baszler.
Kairi
Sane. This is just me. I know I'm going to kiss some heat for this. I'm not a Kairi Sane fan. I don't like her pirate gimmick. That's just me. I wanted Baszler to win, but they got bigger plans for it. That's the main roster. But, it was a pretty good match. Yeah. I'd give it 3 stars.
I was shocked they gave it to Kairi Sane, honestly.
I wasn't.
I figured. Okay. I'm shocked they gave it to her now. I figured they would have had her lose now, and then win it at like the Survivor Series' Takeover attachment.
Yeah.
I didn't think she'd win it now, so I'm a little happy she did. And I like her gimmick. I think it's goofy. I think it's. There are some divisions can warrant a goofy gimmick being a top champion, like tag team divisions and like lower card stuff. And women's division can certainly hold it. And I think her pirate gimmick is very. Now, do I think it'll work? Do I think it'll work on the main roster? I don't know.
See, Vince, now what in the heck is this?
What is she? Is she? I've already did a pirate before. It didn't work.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'll work on the main roster. So we'll see. This match was also good. I mean, by default, I call it the weakest match, but only because every other match was just that much better.
Yeah.
So I'm giving it like 3. I'll give it 3. What'd you give it?
3.
Okay. So, oh man, it really wasn't a big card, was it? Now this is the main event.
Yeah.
I mean, best match on the card.
Hands down.
Like, would you rank it over? How would you rank the 3 Gargano Ciampa matches?
I gotta think. I gotta remember all 3. The last 2's in my head.
The first one, I'm gonna say like this. Third one, first one, second one. That's for me.
I say third, second, first.
Okay.
Shoot. Gargano, man. Ciampa.
Yeah.
Is such a good heel. He finally has merch. I mean, somebody I was texting was like, "You like Ciampa? Really? I don't." Because I told him, I said, I personally in WWE, I have him and Miz as the tie for number 1 heel.
Yeah.
He was like, "Really?" I said, "Ciampa's so good. Like I can." During that match, I was sitting there just visualizing, just like, I could see him working a good angle with Rollins,
right.
Omega.
Right.
I mean, this guy is good. He is a good heel. He's also a Triple H guy.
Yeah.
I mean, that was just such. He's a great heel. Um, I am sorry. I would be happy if they just had one more match. I was saying in my Christian voice, one more match. It's so good. But Gargano's really hurt apparently.
Yeah, he actually dislocated his knee.
Yeah, but they said his shoulder is more jacked up though.
Oh.
So, and some people ask him, was that the original finish? Was Ciampa really supposed to win? Yes, he was supposed to really win.
Yeah.
So I mean,
like when the show was about to end and Gargano is like on the ground, and they're like tending to him on the ramp, and Ciampa comes back out and just stares at Gargano and holds the belt up, and I'm just like, this dude is a douche.
yeah.
This guy is a prime villain. He is one of the best heels in the business today.
Yep.
He may be the best heel in the business today. And it's just because of this Gargano feud that just elevated him to that point because he's such an awful person. Mm-hmm. This guy literally you slept in his apartment with his with Gargano and his wife. Y'all were tag team champions, and you sat here, you concocted this plan. You literally was tag team champions with this man, and you left DIY for this.
I mean, I just never forget when it was Gargano versus Almas and Selena Vega threw that shirt, DIY shirt in his face.
Yeah.
He was sitting there with this distraught look like, oh my God. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm not, honestly, I had developed more into being a heel kind of guy. Eating almonds too, very dry.
Oh, Lord.
So I'm choking. But I only have a handful of heels I like. But oh my goodness, that was my Dave Meltzer voice. Such a really awesome match.
I love the callbacks to it. They did a bunch of callbacks to like their past two matches with like the ring under wood part being exposed,
Yep.
the broken crutch, the DDT onto the exposed wood, going to the side of the stage. It was just a lot of callbacks. The cuffs.
You know, I thought about something.
What?
People are wondering who attacked Aleister Black.
Yeah.
And this is my hunch. I think it was Gargano. Because think about it. Just think about it. Think about it. Gargano could have Ciampa all to himself. Mm-hmm. And, you know, people will say, oh, Ciampa, of course. That's what they want you to think, that he did it.
Yeah. Right.
I think it was Gargano that did it, that attacked. He could have them all to himself.
That would actually be a really interesting story to tell because it would fit into the whole Gargano's losing his mind over fighting Ciampa thing.
And it reminds me, we're going kind of switching promotions. The Eddie Edwards, when he lost his mind, he's completely crazy now.
Yeah.
But I don't know what they're going to do now that Gargano's hurt. I mean, we probably, next time we see him again, we'll probably be on the main roster. So...
I personally think it...
You hurt Ram's feelings last week.
I did.
When you said 205 Live.
Oh, yeah, when I said Gargano was going to 205 Live.
You hurt Ram's feelings.
I'm sorry, Ram. Maybe because I just assuming, and maybe because I also thought 205 Live needed a Gargano. But, I mean, plus he's also under 205, so I was like, you go to 205 Live. But you know what? No, Gargano can go to the main roster. My only issue with it is that... Okay. Here's my biggest issue with Gargano. This Ciampa feud made him, and it feels like... See, my biggest fear was that what would happen if after that Ciampa feud, he couldn't maintain that momentum because of the fact that the Ciampa feud made him, and it's just nothing else to get behind him for because you were just rooting for him just to face and fight and beat Ciampa. And that's why I like this. That's why I actually do kind of like your theory, and I hope it. And now I'm hoping it's actually true because at first I was thinking it was just like Matt Riddle or something, which I guess I don't think they would turn Matt Riddle heel immediately, would they? But it's like. you know, it would make so much sense for Gargano to be the one to have attacked Aleister Black.
Yeah.
Because it would fit into the whole, the man's kind of turning into a stark raving lunatic for all over Ciampa.
Yep.
It'd be a great story. But overall, what would you give Takeover?
Out of 5 stars?
Yeah.
I'd give it a 4.
Same.
I mean, it was, like I said, it was a good. I watched NXT this week. And I mean, Takeover. Like, this is me personally. I look forward to the big fours because I know that I have a big weekend ahead of me of wrestling. I have to watch NXT on Saturday. I know it's going to be good, and then I have a big wrestling WWE, main event pay-per-view the following day, and they both delivered.
Yeah.
Like, they both delivered. I mean, it was amazing. By the way, next year for WrestleMania, no Nats that day. No Nats.
God.
I looked up, I saw the calendar, I said, I have been blessed.
Thank God. Especially if the Nats suck again next year.
Yeah. So I mean, we didn't even stay the whole game. It's made me so angry. But SummerSlam now?
Oh yeah, let's by the way, I'm going to give Gargano and Ciampa 5 stars. That was a great match.
What did I give it?
You didn't give anything yet.
You want to know what I give it?
What?
I give it 8 stars.
Oh, okay.
8 stars.
Broke your scale already.
I'm sorry. I'm not Dave Meltzer. I'm not going to say because not say it, but it kind of hit it because it wasn't in the Tokyo Dome.
No.
I can't give it this, and this because if that match was in the Tokyo Dome, it would have been up there with Okada and Omega. Because I'm Meltzer.
we ride Meltzer a lot on this podcast.
Yeah. But if Meltzer wants to come out and put us over or something with his thing, or do something, sponsors is like a sub channel or something. He wants to put us over. I mean, man.
Oh yeah, Dave Meltzer, after we just basically dogged him, is going to make us like his proteges. Okay.
I mean, dude. He's the greatest worker in the business. He's working people. Pay me money. You get this, and this. Well, we're doing this for free. They're going to put us over. Come on now. I'm not trying to sell out and just say, money talks. Just throwing it out here.
Here comes the money.
Money talks.
Well, as Steve tries to make us look like panhandling sellouts, we're gonna move on over to SummerSlam. See here's how our Sunday went. Or here's how Steve's Sunday went. From what I could get. Oh, Steve had a dial for that rock star.
Oh man.
Here's how the Sunday went. Steve went to a baseball game.
In the hot sun.
Did the Nets win, Steve? Right?
No, they lost. They got blown out.
Oh, okay. No, okay. So good job. Good with that season pass. Good with that season ticket. So after that though, Steve then had to drop his dad off.
Yep.
And then had to pick up 2 of our friends.
Yep.
Then had to pick me up, and I'm a bit farther away.
Yep.
Then we had to go over to his house.
Yep.
And by the time we did all that, Seth Rollins versus Dolph Ziggler was over.
Yep.
Literally.
Yeah. I think as soon as we pulled up, it was over, right?
Yeah, basically. The 1 through 3 was already being counted, so it's now I did go back and I watched the matches.
Same here.
We started off with Rusev Day versus Almas and Vega. You know what? Counting that and the SmackDown match we got, I think this was a pretty good story.
Yeah.
The whole they lost on SummerSlam, but they won on SmackDown, and it's just I love the fact that there's 50, and people will complain 50-50 booking WWE, of course, but I mean it was a good story, and the story wasn't even about Almas and Vega, and that's fine because they were racking up wins, and that's what Almas needs, and people shouldn't worry about Almas losing to Rusev because Almas is new and he'll be fine.
Yeah.
But the story was, can they trust in English? And you know what? At the end of the day, they could on SmackDown.
I think they dropped the ball, man.
What were you hoping for?
Are they faces? Rusev and Lana?
At this point, yeah. I think at this point they're embracing the whole face thing.
They should have been turned face. I mean, English just did Rusev. I think they dropped the ball on Rusev Day. I mean,
Well, now they're faces, so it's like they can do things. I guess they can have them do face things now. And I honestly,
they should have did when they were hot though. When they were super hot though, man.
yeah, true. Like the cheers are. No, then again, on SmackDown, the cheers are still pretty loud, especially when Aiden came out.
Yeah.
And people were still loud for him. I feel like you could give Rusev a shot at Nakamura.
Yeah.
Like I can't think of anybody else on SmackDown who could get a U.S. title shot right now.
I mean, because like I said, Orton and Randy. I said Orton and Randy. Orton and Hardy. Speaking of Orton, he only got a stern talking to about what's been going on. So
Oh well, of course.
that's as far as they're going to take this, apparently.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
What'd you expect? It's Orton. They made a rule for him.
Yeah.
They keep him in the company.
So, I mean, yeah, Orton and Hardy about to do their thing.
Yeah.
I'm just sorry. This is like all top again, but R-Truth. I mean, I will always remember R-Truth just being a funny character. He is hilarious.
That SmackDown segment where he comes in, stares down Carmella and says, "You can't run now.
Yeah.
I got you now.
I gotta pin you for a title opportunity."
And like Paige is like telling him to get out.
Yeah.
And Carmella goes off screen, and you hear, "Truth, put me down."
Yeah. Man, why you gotta love wrestling, man.
Like, R-Truth is hilarious. Like, they have him in a perfect role, and the man can still go.
Yeah.
He's like, what, 46?
Something like that.
He's old. He's wrestling old, and this man can. And that match he had with Shinsuke, where he was moving around like,
man.
I'm like, this man doing splits and that jump kick. I'm like,
Yep.
Oh my lord.
Man.
Give this man at least like a decent, like him and Ty.
They're supposed to be seeing them a lot more now.
I hope.
That's what Road Dogg said.
I hope so. Like, I don't. What's their team name? Like the Perfect Truth or something. Like
I don't even know.
Like, give them a run at like the tag belts, cause
Gosh, they're funny.
like
If the B team get a run, they should definitely get a run.
definitely, cause like Truth is the perfect like goofball, and then you have Ty playing a straight man.
Yeah.
Like when the first time Truth suggested that he should fight Carmella for a title shot.
Yeah.
And you could see Ty with his face is like what?
Yeah.
He had the perfect reaction. He's like, oh, I love that team.
Yeah.
They need more. But yeah, Rusev would be perfect to face Nakamura. I wouldn't take the belt off of Nak yet because I'm liking his little United States of Knock America thing.
I didn't hear a word he said for that promo that he did on Tuesday. I was like, what?
I'm not gonna lie to you, I didn't either.
All I was United States of Nakamura, and he was all over the place. But
It was a weird promo. I'm not gonna lie to
Yeah.
you. I think they just didn't know how to put him on the show.
no.
But yeah, Rusev should face him next. I don't know who else on the SmackDown roster's mid card could face Nakamura. That's like a face, you know. So, but the mixed tag match, I give it like 3 stars.
Yeah, 3 too.
Like 2.75. It was a decent match. Nothing special. Next, the Cruiserweight Championship, which couldn't even main event the pre-show. So, you know. Yeah, it's fine, I guess. It's good match, though.
Yeah, good match. Again, I like the AJ Alexander. To me, he's a good champion.
Mm-hmm.
I give that match 3 stars.
I'll give it about 3 stars.
Like I said, I mean, it was good. I watched 205 Live yesterday at the game, of course, so I get all my wrestling stuff done. You know, I mean, nothing to cheer for. So, I'm not going to cheer for a walk off when I go nowhere. But yeah, it was they told a good story.
Mm-hmm.
Alexander, he wants to be a fighting champion.
Right.
So,
and I like Gulak.
I think they're going to try and kind of get rid of all of Neville's title reigns because I don't know what Neville's doing. Neville's is content with just being at home, I guess.
Are they going to use him for like WWE UK or something?
Who?
Neville. They're going to use him for like WWE UK.
I don't know what they're going to do. Neville doesn't. I don't even want to work. I don't know. Neville just. I don't know.
They gave you like they gave you like 3/4 of the year as champion.
Yeah.
I don't know why you're upset. Oh, because you lost to Enzo, who
Not even here anymore.
yeah. I don't know. But okay, so I mean, okay, so the main event of the pre-show was the tag title match, B Team versus the Revival.
Yeah.
Decent match, your standard B Team match where they kind of like they're good in the ring, but they're not as good as their opponents, and then through some dumb luck they win.
Yeah.
You know, your standard B Team match.
B team, go, go, go.
Oof.
Yeah, I like them.
I like the
give it a 2.5.
Yeah, if you're a Revival fan, you may not like this match.
You're sitting there saying, see, they need to leave. FTR, forever the Revival.
So, like, if you're a huge hardcore Dash and Dawson fan, don't watch this match because you're going to be upset. But I think they're going to get another shot with B Team, and then they might probably beat them with this next shot. Yeah. That's the end of the pre-show. Next, the official opener match of the night, 30-minute match, Rollins versus Dolph.
Really good.
Really good match. That was the best match of the night.
He can have a match with a tree.
Rollins is establishing himself as one of the best workers in the business right now. If he isn't that already, that match made him one of the best of all in the business today. Like that reverse or inverted superplex.
Yep.
I mean, just those two are working at a very high work rate right now, and it would be a shame if Dolph isn't allowed to keep that momentum going.
Well, he didn't sign that contract.
I feel like he should. Like, my dream was for them to make them like Michaels and Diesel, where it's like Drew gets to hold the world title, and then Dolph gets to hold the IC title, and I was like, please let this happen. And then through some chicanery, they win the tag titles too, because why not?
Hit the McIntyre yell. Ah! When he's on the rope. Ah! I love what he does there. Ah!
Which, by the way, McIntyre has one of the best themes in the business today right now. That I love that theme. I'm so glad they played after Dolph's.
I just wish he had his original theme. That was
the Broken Dreams thing. Yeah, it was. Oh yeah, I liked it too. It was a good. That was a good match. I don't. Steve's channeling his inner McIntyre. 4 stars. 4.5. I don't know. That was a really good match.
I give it 7 stars.
Oh snap! I do want to see what Meltzer does to give this match. I am interested. I really want to see.
You know it's gonna be 3 stars because it was not in the Tokyo Dome. It's all he can give it.
Or like I remember his WrestleMania one. He went for Rollins versus Miz versus Balor, and he gave it like 3.75 or something. And he said they were working at a slow pace or something, or was he working at a too fast a pace? I forgot what the pace. I forgot what he said. He said something about the pace, and I'm like, are you kidding me right now? But that was a really good match. Next up, what was the next match? Oh, I gotta actually look that up now. What was the next match?
It was the women's Becky Lynch and
right.
Yeah, Becky Lynch and Charlotte one.
Okay, I think it's time to talk about this now. The elephant in the room. Becky is a heel now, and the wrestling fandom is beside themselves. They aren't sure what to think. Now, I know the wrestling world is having its meltdown. But let's relax for a second, guys. Let's relax. Now, yes, they edited the promo on the website or on YouTube, and that may not even mean anything. But think about this. Becky Lynch is... I feel like WWE missed a golden opportunity to tell an even better story. Because it isn't like Becky Lynch is even out of her own accord or anything. What's up?
Oh, we kind of butchered it. The next match was actually New Day and Butcher Brothers.
We'll get to that after this.
Yeah.
Well, so, but, and we think about, and yeah, think about it for a second, because do I think that Becky should be face and Charlotte should be heel? Yes, but also no. I feel like this is a feud that doesn't have an alignment. No one should have an alignment. Or you should pick your side. Because here's the thing, I think WWE missed the ball on this. I feel like we forget the feud from 3 years ago. When Charlotte, Becky, and Paige were, what were they again? PCB. And then Charlotte wins the belt from Nikki Bella. Then Paige leaves PCB because she goes a little crazy and she wants the belt. And then Charlotte begins getting this really big head. And like Flair starts like really accompanying her to the ring.
Yep. And
suddenly Charlotte like betrays Becky. And I feel like WWE missed a chance at mentioning that. Saying that Charlotte has at one point betrayed her just for her own successes. And I feel like if WWE had mentioned that, now of course, yeah, WWE had mentioned that. If they had mentioned that, it would have really messed up their flow of wanting to make Becky a heel. But you could have maybe have made her in between. Like, she doesn't have to care about the fans' like opinions, but make it to where she doesn't care if they cheer or boo her. She's just doing her own thing. Like, do that, and then Charlotte can be the one who's try hard and wants to make the fans like her after all of that. But make Becky a Stone Cold. I'm not saying she needs to be foul-mouthed and like violent and sociopathic, but definitely make her like a lone wolf. I don't know. That's me. Because I feel like trying to make her fully heel isn't going to work because the crowd wants to cheer Becky. They don't want to boo Becky. But the match itself was really good. Carmella even did really good in the match. We always rag on her for her lack of ring prowess, but she was pretty good. She works well in a triple threat. I almost thought Becky would have won that too. That arm bar was cinched in, and that out of nowhere, that natural selection. Your thoughts, Steve?
Good match. Well, I kind of told you my viewpoint on all this. That I think personally that Charlotte should be heel. Becky should be face. Like I said, it was a good match. It was good. Give it about 3.5 stars.
Same. After 3.5 sounds like pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
So now we can go into bludgeons versus. Let's
backtrack and do that. Then we gotta go to the first squash match of the night. But
all right.
Bludgeons and
So bludgeons versus New Day ended in a DQ. Rowan got hurt, I guess, during the match.
One bicep. He's out for 4 to 6 months.
Oof.
He had to drop the titles on SmackDown.
Feel bad for
5 times. Bring that 5 gimmick.
That promo on SmackDown by Big E. Well, the Fallout promo he did was really good.
Yeah. I started putting suckers down with that 5. I said, we ain't counting the 3, we counting the 5. That's why I love Big E. 5.
If they could just push Big E to the main event and without having to split the New Day.
Yeah. I mean, because like I said, the New Day is still over. Yeah. They're still selling merch. Even when you think they're about to go, like they're going stale, this is over, they come back with something else that's hilarious, and they're back on for the next 4 or 5 months.
Yeah, because they know their gimmick and they know how they want to do it. Their gimmick is so like vague and stupid. It's just 3 dudes, one just screwing around. Yeah. But they can do anything they want with it, and that's why it's so vague. They can literally mold. They can be like Red Lanterns 1 minute, and like Sands the next minute.
Yep.
They can be.
I'll ask you a question. Did they do a donut gimmick yet?
Not yet.
Oh, that's next. I guarantee it.
Why you say that?
I'm just saying. I feel like they already did the cereal.
Yeah.
The pancake. They're doing the pancakes now.
Yeah.
It's gonna be donuts.
They did ice cream.
The ice cream. It's gonna be donuts. They're gonna donuts in the crowd. Frosted donuts.
Like something that they can like throw into the crowd. like Big E like pulling out the cereal from like his tights and throwing it in people's mouths. And
I would not want that. I'm sorry.
Well, would you rather have Big E pull out his sweaty cereal from his tights and pour it in your mouth, or
I think I know where you're going with this. Continue.
would you rather have Lance Archer
I knew he was going.
go up to you and spit on you?
Oh, I'm sorry. I would have had the cereal man. I don't want no man just because that's just nasty. Spitting on you like you're in a dang water ride or something like that. This is nasty. Toss it is nasty.
You taking the Big E sweaty cereal? That's trifling. I remember during that one. Was it the which show was it?
Was it Genesis? Strong Style
Genesis, whatever one that came on, whatever one that came on that had Bucks versus Golden, that had Buck versus the Golden Lovers.
Yeah.
That show, and I swear I saw Lance Archer that show for the first time in a while since he was Vance Archer in WWE, and he's like spitting on people. One dude puts up his jacket to block the spit, and I'm like, good on you, man. Good on you.
So what are you gonna do in the match?
I'm gonna give it. It got pretty good, and I'm gonna give it like a 3 point. I'm gonna give it like 3 point, like 3 actually. Just give it a 3. It was a good match, and then it ended in DQ. But it's like it was for what it was good.
I give it 3.5. All right, next match, Strowman versus Kevin Owens.
Woof.
I get it at 1.5. It was a squash match.
Yeah.
I honestly do. Like, by we watching SummerSlam again yesterday, I skipped this match because I don't want to watch it.
My issue is that it's okay, and I like Strowman. I think a lot of people like Strowman, but I think they mishandled this second part of the feud. Like the first half was fine to me. It's just Braun just bullying Kevin and to be fair, Kevin's a douche. Why do you care? But then the second half of it, I guess, came, and when KO did that whole promo where he was like, "You scared my son. You don't scare my son. I'm going to make life awful for you." And I'm like thinking, okay, this is the Kevin Owens people really love. The psychopathic vengeance man who gets his when he wants it. And then just devolves into Kevin and Jinder basically, trying to get Braun's goat, and I'm like, and then this match happened. I'm like, y'all had an opportunity to do something with this, and you didn't do anything with it. Like you could have had KO like cripple Braun or something, like go for the leg or something.
Yeah.
You could have had KO like I'm sure Braun has like family or something. Like KO can go torture Braun's family for a bit. Like, there are so many things you could have done, and you sort of, like, they could have, imagine if, like, he had, like, hired the Authors of Pain to, like, beat up Braun for him. That would have been great to me. I would have loved that. Like, just something that would have shown off KO being, like, this evil mastermind who gets his when he wants, who gets his.
Yeah.
But instead, they sort of just offered KO up as like a sacrifice to Braun. I'm just like, I don't like Braun any less or anything. It's just like, W really missed the ball with this one.
He's awful.
Well.
Yeah. 1.5. It was.
Yeah.
Next match. The match of Samoa Joe versus AJ Styles.
Wendy, it's okay. I'll be your new daddy. I'm like, dang. When me, you, our friend Cletus Cassidy, who now I know who he is.
Yeah. He's still coming.
He's still, yeah. And
Technically, he arrived.
he did arrive. He didn't know he arrived, but he arrived.
I did my promise.
It was me, Steve, our boy Landfill, and Cletus Cassidy watching this show. And during a good chunk of the show, we are mostly just kind of like messing around, BSing with one another, because our boy Cletus Cassidy is was at the moment not feeling his best. Mm-hmm. But even when we're all just like messing around, being loud during the match, which was a really good match, by the way. The second Samoa Joe said this line, our non-wrestling fan friend Cletus Cassidy, even he looks at the TV and goes, "Oh!"
Man, I was sitting there saying, "What in the world?" That was a good match.
That was a good match.
Like, oh my goodness. I'm sorry. I'm a sucker when they bring in like family into like these storylines.
Yeah.
And you're seeing like Wendy's face and her. His child is so precious. Daddy, you're bleeding.
That was like, I was like, dang.
They scarred this poor kid.
Dang. And I'm pretty sure that bleeding was not on purpose.
No.
So that just added to it too.
Such a great father.
He's a good father. Like Joe. And yeah, the segment on SmackDown didn't advance things too much, but at least it showed us that the feud's still going on. Yeah. Because of course it needs to be in the cell. Ooh, that was brutal. That was a brutal one. My only issue is that this was the second DQ finish from SmackDown. So it's like, Steve's dancing apparently. This was the second DQ finish from SmackDown, and it's like, I feel like y'all could have maybe have saved that one. You know, but then again, I guess you don't want Joe losing.
No, I liked it though.
Yeah, I like it.
He snapped. I'm sorry. This was the attitude era or this aggression era. That would have been a chair shot to the head, man.
Oh yeah, like Samoa Joe would have been busted open.
Yeah,
like that the fury would have been laid. The hands of God would have been laid down on Joe.
JBL was waiting in the back of the chair. He was saying, "Come on, call me out there, AJ." You know, I got that chair shot thunder. Like a gunshot, man.
JBL is the king of his errant headshots.
I give that match 4.
Say, put me 3.75. If only just because of that DQ finish. I'm just like, and I know it's part of the story, but it's like, dang, it gutted me. And I'm like, I wish there could have been more.
I love it because seeing AJ go crazy, his wife saying, "Stop it, that's enough."
His wife played her role very well.
Yeah, she did.
She was like, stop it.
Yeah.
He's like, okay.
Yeah.
And then he leaves the crowd with his family.
Yeah, that was a good moment.
That was a good moment.
I love his gear too.
Yeah. And Joe always brings like, people say Joe can't go like he used to. Well, apparently he can still go pretty well. Like he did his role. Joe isn't going to be the guy he once was, but Joe does his role well by telling that story on the mic and in the ring. Yeah. AJ can handle the ring work. Joe just has to handle pushing the story along.
Yeah. All right. Next match, Miz versus Daniel Bryan.
You know, this match, okay, so people were saying it wasn't what they wanted, and I'm sitting here going, to be fair, this is the story of the match they were wanting to tell.
It's going to be a long feud.
It's going to be a long feud. They're already scheduled for Super Showdown.
For stipulation for a title shot.
Yeah, so...
Which kind of brings back your theory you were saying Sunday night. That, personally, I could see... This is just my thing. Mm-hmm. I could see Daniel and Bray are going to win the mixed tag match, right?
Right.
Daniel loses the one in the big showdown.
Yeah.
Miz wins the title.
Mm-hmm.
Bryan wins the Rumble.
Right.
Takes the title from Miz at Mania.
And which that match should main event Mania. And I know Roman is going to probably be like Universal Champion at that point, or he's going to be fighting for it. Yeah. But I do feel like he gave him 4 main events in a row. He won half of them. Oh, no. Yeah, he won half of them. He did. offshoot, by the way, random non-topic or off-topic. Me and a couple of friends were talking about this, saying Roman's main events weren't the most memorable, but that's only because of the fact that I mean, like Brock versus Roman one was memorable.
Yeah.
But especially because of the Rollins cash in. I sometimes forget he fought H at 32.
I mean, the crowd hijacked the event.
And it wasn't that good of a match anyway. It was kind of boring. But that's also because Triple H's style of wrestling did not work for that.
Yeah.
I remember Taker.
I remember it very clearly.
I know you do.
Well, that pyro goes off. The big dog standing tall. Pyro galore.
And then you have, and also the promo the next night, it's my yard now. Which, by the way, I think was kind of a very fun promo. It was like just 10 minutes of him trying to promo and nothing happening, and him shouting, and him just saying, my yard now. Because it made me think of like the freaking Shrek memes. My swamp.
Oh, yeah.
This is my swamp now. I don't know why. And so they have like and then you know the next one with Brock versus Roman. I don't think this one's gonna be remembered too much.
I just remember, Reigns bleeding, his wife hit ringside.
Yeah, I'm sure his dad was somewhere in the back breaking things.
Yeah, ready to choke somebody. Man, I'll tell you right now, man. If he would have lost his SummerSlam, Rikishi, Usos, all of them would have had a fit. Rollins probably would have jumped in too. Rollins in there, I was like, you know what? What's going on here?
I'm sure Jericho would have came back and would have probably tried to fight Brock again.
Yeah. Hey, you don't do him like that.
His dad would have spiked Vince.
Now, yeah, definitely.
Miz
Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, that Miz Daniel Bryan should main event next WrestleMania. That feud deserves a main event spot. Give Bryan the big emotional win.
Even though he already had one.
Well, yeah, but give him one more. Give him one more, and then he can lose the belt after maybe like a couple months to like someone else. I don't know, Joe, I guess.
See, the thing is, oh man, just that first I got to see what his schedule is going to actually look like because, like I said, he's not going to be a full timer. So, but I just wonder. He'll appear more than Brock Lesnar. So,
right,
yeah, so it wouldn't be too bad. Even though I'm also with, this is Jim Cornette's one of his philosophies. Remember, I'm a disciple of Cornette.
Right.
The champion should not be wrestling, every single, TV show.
Oh, no.
Honestly, he shouldn't appear like that because he's special. He's the champ, Which,
now,
I'm for that. But Lesnar's was too much, though.
Yeah, Lesnar was too much. I do agree that the champ should not wrestle every show or needs to appear every show. I think SmackDown does that too because AJ does not appear every show.
Yeah.
And I think SmackDown has found that medium of how much a champion should show up or not. I do think a champion should defend every month though, because we're not in that era back then where because back in Cornette's era, house shows were the main source of things.
Yeah.
And TV shows were basically like pre-recorded house show segments. So, I feel like nowadays your champion should show up on every pay-per-view. But do they need to wrestle every week? No, not at all. I do agree with that. Do they need to appear every week? Not at all. Bryan doesn't have to appear every week. All he needs to do is because I feel like if you have some of his opponents that could carry a few, like Joe, Nakamura could carry one with them if he ever gets in one with them. All they got Randy, all they would have to do is just like talk slow, or not talk slow, but just like talk it up one week. Then Bryan can appear the next week. But yeah, as for the Bryan Miz match in itself, good match. This is not the end of the Daniel Bryan Miz saga. No matter how much Miz wants to say, Miz and Maurice are the best couple in wrestling right now.
I say AJ and Wendy.
Well, you know that great star Wendy herself, you know, Hall of Famer.
Happy birthday, Kobe.
Oh my lord.
Kobe's birthday, man.
Fine. Yesterday was Bill Parcells' birthday,
I can care less.
and also the Usos' birthday,
Okay, good. It was so crazy.
and also James Corden's birthday. And the only reason I know this is because the Blue Crab Stadium where I work at had the birthdays up on like a board somewhere. So I'm just like, okay.
I would never go to a Blue Crabs game.
Excuse me.
If they sponsored us, you know.
Excuse me, Stephen. I will have to respectfully say, come to a Southern Maryland Blue Crabs game.
Have exposing the business night at Blue Crab Stadium. I should have thought about that.
You're a mark.
I could throw out the first pitch.
Oh, okay then. So
4 stars.
Oh yeah, 4 stars. The ending of the match was also poetic because Brian wanted to punch Miz in the face and he loses to a punch to the face from the brass knuckles.
Yep.
Freaking like Miz coming out the next night talking about how he has the hardest punch in the business.
Yeah. All right. Next match, Balor versus Corbin. I give it 1.5. Actually, no. I give it 2 something only because the Demon came out. That was cool.
And not just the Demon came out, but the Demon did what he needed to do and squashed Corbin.
Yeah.
Like, I would have been a little weirded out if it took the Demon... Like if Corbin took the Demon to the limit, you know? Like, Corbin's not that kind of guy. Not the level of a guy where you think he's going to take the Demon to the limit.
Yeah.
Like, people like Joe, AJ, Roman Reigns could take the Demon to the limit. Which, by the way, Roman versus Demon Balor would be great.
Did Rollins face the Demon? He did.
He did.
Yeah.
Yeah. He like, and here's the better part. I think Finn is getting better at differentiating the Demon from regular Finn. Because here's the thing, Summer's like a lot of the times when he did the Demon, it felt like it was just Balor with face paint. And to be fair, that was his thing in New Japan. He wore different face paint just to sort of be cool and psych his opponent out.
Yeah.
But now we have the Demon as a thing. This is established WWE lore canon. The Demon is an alter ego. And I actually like the Boom comic books version of why he has that more than WWE's official explanation. The comics say essentially, and it's cheesy and gimmicky, but if I can do The Undertaker, I can do this. It's essentially like Finn was walking down a road in Ireland or whatever, and then suddenly, randomly, the Demon King Balor comes out of nowhere and is like, "Hey, you! Freaking, you're in my realm now. I'm gonna punch you now." And then Finn gets into a fight with a demon, and this 5'10" little man beats up a demon, and then takes his crown and puts it on his head. And the Demon King Balor is like, "Okay, fine. I guess you beat me. I'm gonna sort of just be in you for a while. If you need me, I'll be ready to use."
You can transform like a Power Ranger.
Yeah, basically. If you need me, call upon me.
Yeah.
And so it's like, and I saw like Reddit fan theories too, where it's like maybe putting on the crown gives him the power, and then he takes off the crown.
All right, He-Man.
And he takes off the crown, and over time, he's losing the power because he's not wearing the crown. Hence why hence why the paint begins to wear off over time during the match. Hey, if we could deal with an undead zombie man for 20 years, we can deal with this. I'm just saying. If you can believe that the big boss man literally dragged away Big Show's dead father in a casket without any jail repercussions, like legal repercussions. If you can deal with Austin literally being arrested like 10 million times during the Attitude Era and not having his own jail cell specifically made for him at this point, I can believe that Finn Balor beat up a demon and took his powers. I'll believe it. And that's why I love it so much, because they really could make Balor the next supernatural phenom type character.
Should have been Bray Wyatt.
It should have been Bray, and they dropped the ball super hard on that. It should have been Bray. But, you know, we can have nice things. However, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm almost glad we dodged that Bray Sister Abigail versus Demon Bullet, because Bray cross dressing is not a thing I want to see. I'm just saying. I was looking forward to it, and then they had him cross dressing. I was like, you know what? I can leave this. Mm-hmm. But Demon King squashes Balor as he should. 2 stars. That entrance was hype. When the lights turned off and I heard a dun 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 dun, I was like, no.
I mean, we marked out.
We marked out. Please, Cassie didn't understand, but we marked out.
All right. Next match, Nakamura versus Jeff Hardy.
Good match. Right guy won. I don't know what else to say about it. Just a good match. Right guy won.
Yep. Jeff Hardy doing that swanton bomb on the
on the apron.
Yeah, that looked really hard to watch.
Oh, especially when you know. Oh,
with his back. Didn't do it Tuesday on Randy.
Oh my Lord, Chef. Take a break, bro.
Yeah, I don't want him to go back on them pills, stuff like that. That's the last thing I want.
Just take a break for like a few months, bro. Retire after Mania. Give Jeff like a big Mania match or something for him to retire on. Him and Matt, if you want to. If Matt can even still do one more match. Like, just something to retire them on. Yep. 3.5 for that match.
Yeah, same here. All right. Next is Ronda Rousey with Natalya against Alexa Bliss.
And that was another squash, and you know what? I was fine with it.
3 stars. It was a good squash.
Like, Ronda literally was just toying around with Alexa the entire time.
She showed she can entertain.
Yeah. She sits Indian style in the middle of the ring and just tells Alexa to try her best. Yeah. And I'm like, that's the UFC Ronda.
Then I just love it when she puts, Alexa goes for it and you can see Ronda's face. She hits the Ronda face. And
yeah.
She's about to kick her tail. Like,
ooh.
That was good.
And you know what? We needed that after like 2 years of untouchable bliss.
But she's going to get the title back somehow.
She'll find a way to get the belt back like a few months from now.
The Bliss fans are all upset and depressed.
Yeah, even though Bliss is she's a 4 or 5 time champion.
I think she's 5. I think Charlotte's 6.
7. I believe Charlotte's 7.
Okay, 7. Okay.
Which is wild, by the way. Charlotte is gonna win the belt 16 times, like in 2 years at this rate.
And they talked about Roman.
I'm gonna give it a 2.5 for that match, Ronda. By the way, Bellas, what are you doing here? What are you doing here? You had no association with Ronda before this.
You're right.
You literally just came out to cut and were like, oh yeah, by the way, we're like buddies or something, I guess.
Yep.
Like, get out of here.
Yep.
Or
next final match. Defending. Brock Lesnar versus the big dog, Roman Reigns.
And that pop, first off, Paul Heyman, chill.
Defending. That was so funny. Defending.
Now, for this entire story, I was hoping that we would have gotten like a big swerve with like Paul like betraying Brock for someone else. Yeah. And I was thinking it would be Roman. He would join with Roman, but after seeing the Shield reunite, I'm glad they didn't do that. Yeah. But it was, you know what? The match was better than the WrestleMania match.
Yeah, I liked it.
I liked it. It was like, especially like right off the gate when Roman was just doing those Superman punches. Like he was just spam. Like basically, Brock Roman matches are essentially
like
just
4 stores finishers.
Brock Roman matches are like the equivalent of playing a WWE game.
Yeah. And
just giving yourself because that was kind of like back in the day, the store finishers. You could just like store a bunch of them.
Yeah.
Like. You can store up to 5 finishers. I'm like, and that's just Roman storing finishers. And I'm just sitting here like, dang, Roman, chill out.
Yeah.
And he speared him, and I'm like, they're about to actually. Oh, like, he was going to spear, and I was like, they're going to actually squash Brock. And then guillotine off the spear, and I'm like, oh, okay, never mind then.
And Strowman comes out.
Yeah, well, Strowman came out before that, like before the match.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, they're gonna have to cash it now. And I saw your face, and you were like, here we go.
Yeah. I was ready for. I was like, oh goodness, I don't want to see this, but the big dog prevailed. If only we had the pyro. But it's okay.
No,
and the crowd cheered.
The crowd cheered.
They cheered.
And the funny thing was that you have like you had what was it? You had Brock essentially. Brock dodged a spear as Roman flies through the ropes and like a suicide spear and takes out Braun.
Yep.
Then Brock's just like, you know what? I'm gonna take you out too. F5s him.
Yep.
Throws Braun throws Braun's briefcase up the ramp.
Yep.
And I'm just like, okay, Brock, there you go. That's how they do it. Yep. And then Roman spears him, and although he got a chair. And people were like, oh no.
DQ.
No, well, not just that. People were like, oh, Roman didn't win clean. I'm like, he won. Calm down.
He won. The title's off of Brock. The big dog prevails. I give this 3.5.
Yeah, same.
I mean,
I got nothing else. I got no other score for that one except for 3.5.
It was very entertaining.
Yeah, and I just.
It's a great sensation.
As long as he gets his little months, because his last reign was maybe like 2 months, because he held it from like Mania to like July, something like that. Maybe June, but probably July. And he lost to Rollins. He lost to Rollins.
And then Rollins lost to Ambrose.
That's basically all three Shield members held the belt.
That night. One night.
That's kind of wild. Like it was a good match, and you know what? The pay-per-view was also was really good. Like people will say that Takeover did better, but I'm not focused on that. No. I'm focused on the fact that we had 2 good shows.
My biggest thing is when it comes to the Big Four, I need to feel like that. For me to say it was a good show, I need to feel that this is the feeling that this is a big show.
Right.
Like that's normally how I feel when it's SummerSlam and WrestleMania. It's the big boy show.
Right.
Yeah, when it's Survivor Series and Royal Rumble, it's supposed to be a big show. But
well, with Rumble, you can feel why it's big.
Yeah.
Because it's the Rumble.
Yeah, Survivor Series.
It's up and down.
Yeah.
It's very up and down. It was like, especially with like this new like Raw or SmackDown gimmick, and it's just like, how long can you keep that story every year? Yeah. Especially with like no stakes to it.
Yeah.
Like I feel like Survivor Series should definitely be like the company, the brand with the most wins gets the main event spot at WrestleMania.
Yeah. But yeah.
Also, Raw has won both nights, both Survivor Series, the past 2 ones.
Yeah.
They've won both, but I'm assuming SmackDown's due for a win.
Did you hear somebody mistaking Stone Cold for Goldberg at Denny's?
How?
I don't know. That was funny. He was kind of mad about it. I mean, sitting there enjoying his pancakes and omelet, and somebody thought he was Goldberg.
Like, I can understand if somebody would have thought Goldberg was Stone Cold.
Yeah.
How do you think Stone Cold was Goldberg?
I don't know.
It's like the biggest wrestling star of like his day.
Yeah, Michaels was talking about the comeback and all this stuff. Like his thing he was talking about.
Yeah.
I mean,
is that actually happening?
I don't know, but he was basically saying like, he would like it to happen, but then there's a bunch of factors go into it. Like he was saying, people probably expect the kip up and all this other stuff that he used to do. He probably can't do this anymore, and it's like,
right.
He doesn't know, but who knows? But
I mean, he hasn't really wrestled in years, so I mean, and plus, I mean, others do the kip up as well. I'm not too, like all Michaels really needs to do nowadays is just keep himself flexible for a super kick or two.
Yeah.
Because he gets some flexibility on that super kick.
Yeah.
Like that's some major stuff. But I'm imagining a WrestleMania that has Michaels and The Rock on it. That's wild. I don't think it's ever happened before. Actually, That's never happened before. Actually, well, no, it had to have. Rocky Maivia and no, it hasn't. The one year that could have happened was in '97. No, '98. I think Rock was on WrestleMania 14. So, but that wasn't like the Rock. That was just, that was still just like Rocky Maivia. That was still like Nation Rock. I mean, like Rock. That would have been a really good match, by the way.
Yeah.
Rock versus Shawn Michaels. I heard they didn't like each other though.
Oh no, not at all.
Yeah, because something about Shawn offended his mom or something.
Yeah. Either his mom or his grandmother, one of them.
Yeah.
They had like a promotion or something.
Yeah, which is like, dag Shawn. I mean, I don't know if the Rock still hold it against him because that was like '90s coked up Shawn.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But that's the wrestling. I mean, so overall, Steve, what do you get SummerSlam?
Got 5 stars?
Yeah,
4, just like Takeover.
I give it 3.5. I'll be a little modest, but I'm gonna give it 3.5.
Well, that's really all I really have today. So.
You have that you has some like for 2K.
2K is not worth time and the effort right now.
Talking about NBA 2K, by the way, guys.
It's not worth it. So.
WWE 2K is really not worth the time and the effort.
We gave them a pretty good show,
Yeah. Also, by the way, I'm going to be getting Fire Pro Wrestling, which looks pretty fun.
Yeah.
It'll be my first time playing the Fire Pro series. I'll be pre-ordering it, I think probably today or tomorrow.
I thought it already came out.
No, it's going to be coming out like in 5 days.
Oh.
Or at least, it's going to be coming out for the PS4 in 5 days. It's already out on PC.
So save that money for All In, boy.
Oh yeah, no, I'm good. Be all good. I've been putting in some work for some money, so don't worry. Do not worry, my friend. So overall, Steve, I think we have. We're sorry we couldn't give you guys a miscellaneous segment, but there was just so much wrestling this week.
Yeah, we tapped out.
Yeah, we gave y'all 2-hour-long segments of wrestling. I mean, that's a first for us. But any last words, Steve?
Any last words?
Thank you, Steve.
No, I mean, you got any last words?
Oh, do I? I mean, I'm really just, thank y'all for listening to us once again.
I mean, I have some last words, but you go ahead.
I mean, thank y'all for listening to us. Remember, exposing the business. Like us, subscribe to us, comment, share with us what you want to hear. Ask us questions if need be. I mean, just talk to us, communicate.
Yeah. And I have last words.
What you got?
You really want to know?
Yeah, what's the last words?
Sierra.
Hotel.
India.
Echo.
Lima.
Delta.
Shield. Even though I feel like we butchered it, but oh well.
No, we're good.
Yeah. The Shield is back. Roman and the boys.
I knew you were going to say it. This better be the Shield this time. And not just Roman and the boys.
Yeah, it better not just be, one person in full-blown tactical gear, other people in their own merch and all that stuff. What?
Ambrose's the only one committing to it.
Yeah.
He just comes out and is like, guys, are we not doing this tonight?
Oh, so should have told me earlier. I'm out here now.
I mean, I could have put on my little tank top right now and gone out, guys. Roman's like, I'm always wearing this, Dean. Roman's like, it's okay, lunatic.
Yeah. I'm going to go home and watch their ride along now because they're back. They're back.
Sail down there, big dog.
Man, Rollins sitting there saying, taking Roman's line, you could believe that, Charlie. That was so funny. Oh, man, the boys are back in town, and I'm so happy.
Oh, man.
It is good to be a wrestling fan now. Well, I'm done.
Yep. We'll see y'all next time. Thank y'all for listening. Like, comment, and subscribe. Steve's going to waddle his way to the bathroom.
And Shawn Michaels walk going.
We'll see y'all. Take care.